Hi guys, Geeky Girl 25 here. Sorry the quality is crap, way overshot. Um, anyway, I'm using my webcam on my laptop right now. I do have a phone, but I wanted to show you guys a few things, and it's easier to do that on a laptop than it is my phone. So yeah. So anyway, I wanted to do a little bit of a different video. I want to do a video, a little bit of like a phone review, I guess. Sort of a techie video here. And just kind of what's been going on. So, it would be a week ago on Thursday. I dropped my phone. I was on the way to the grocery store. I think I don't know, I was getting milk or something. I don't live very far from the grocery store. It's only like 3 blocks. So it's not bad, but I walked to the grocery store, and while I was walking, I was playing Pokemon Go. Because I can hit like 8 to 10 Pokestops if I, like, on the way there and the way back. So probably like 5 on the way there I can hit, and then on the way back I hit them all again. So it's like 10. So I like to play because I can get a lot of items, I can get gifts, I can get, everything like that. And eggs and whatever. So I did that. And I like to sit in Rotor Park and catch too. And on the way to the grocery store, it was like right before I hit the first Pokestop on the way there, I dropped my phone. And I have a Galaxy Note 9. So this is another one I got. This is the one that broke. But anyway, I have a Galaxy Note 9, and so it's got like ISP something. Anyway, the best like waterproofing you basically on the market that you can get in a smartphone. It's one of the most durable smartphones, actually, from what I understand. And I have Cell Helmet Liquid Glass for a screen protector on it. Liquid glass screen protector. And with a $300, like, they'll pay you back if it breaks. It broke. I dropped it. I heard like a little soft, like a click, and picked it up, and I thought, oh, just a couple dents in the screen, whatever, it's fine. A couple seconds later, my screen started shaking, like the picture on the screen started like moving up and down like really, really rapidly. And it wasn't a whole lot, so I was like, whatever, it's probably okay. And then it flashed. Right? Well, actually, like, white lines appeared. I was playing Pokemon Go, and I thought, like, they weren't that stark, so it was like, at first it was just like, oh, it's kind of weird to have wind in the screen that I'm in to be actually catching a Pokemon. I don't know what it was, but I was trying to catch a Pokemon. And I thought, it's weird to have wind in this screen, but I was like, okay, whatever, maybe it's, some game graphic feature or something, I don't know, but, or maybe I just never noticed it, I don't know, but, anyway, but it didn't go away, and I was like, what the hell, something's wrong. So I exited out of Pokemon Go, and the lines were still there, and at this point I was like, crap, pixels died, that's bad. Anyway, I pretty much put it away at that point, because I was like, this is getting worse quickly, like, it's not worth it. So I got home, and it was still kind of okay. I don't know. But it was pretty soon after I got home, I think it started, like, flashing. Like, I mean, if I held my phone a certain way, it would give someone epilepsy. I swear, because it would just, from, like, pretty much, here's where, okay, like, here's where I broke it. For the, like I said, this is a replacement one. I'll get to that in a minute, but, here's about where I broke it. So from, like, this, like, here down, was white. It was flashing white, and, like, some shade of, like, yellowish green, whatever, but it was flashing. Rapidly, and not good. So, I was like, okay, this phone is done. It's done. So, I went to Verizon the next day, and I asked them, what they could do. What do I need to do to fix it? And they said, send it in. Of course, the rep neglected to tell me who to send it in to. So, I had to discover that part on my own. You can send it into Samsung. It's a Galaxy Note 9. It's a Samsung phone. So I was gonna do that. It would have been $250, and I would have shipped the phone to them. They replaced the screen and then send it back. Or I have phone insurance on my phone, so for $200, a mere $50 less, I could send my phone into a company called Assurion, and they will send me a replacement phone. Meaning a phone that isn't new, but is not my old phone. So they sent me another Galaxy Note 9, because that's what I had. So, it's a refurbished Galaxy Note 9. I don't know what was wrong with it before, but they fixed it apparently, and, I am its new owner. Kind of. But all this whole process, for me to get this replacement phone, it took about a week. So the day I went to Verizon, I realized, okay, this is gonna get solved today. So I got another phone, and I forgot to bring it in with me. So if you guys will hang on 1 second, I'll go get it. Sorry, I'm recording this on my bed right now because it's comfy, and I'm really, really tired. But this is the new phone I got. It's a flip phone. After having a Galaxy Note 9, you might be thinking, why in the hell would I get a flip phone? Especially when I make Pokemon Go videos, of all things. You think I need something a little more powerful. You know what? I like this thing better than my Note 9. I really do. The only thing it cannot do is play Pokemon Go. But, I mean, YouTube's kind of failing right now. And I do have another Note 9, like I just showed you. It's a replacement phone. I get to keep it. But I'm going to be honest with you, after I got this phone, the only reason I continued getting a Note 9 is because I still owe hundreds of dollars on my other one because I have Verizon. Actually, my mom pays for the plan. I hate to admit that, but she does. But, I could have paid the difference. Like, I could have paid it off. but it was like $500-600 that I still owe on it. And I can't afford that right now. So, due to odd finances, I'm stuck with the most expensive smartphone on the planet right now, pretty much, or close to it. And I really don't like it. Like, okay, let me explain why. First of all, after having a Galaxy Note 9 for, let's see, when did I get my own? I think it was last year. I got it. My other one quit accepting a charge. My old phone, it was a, what was it? I think it was a Droid Turbo 2, if I'm not mistaken. It's Android anyway, a smartphone. It's like, okay, I like that phone. So what's the closest thing to it? And I said, okay, well, you might like a Pixel or a Note 9. They're, I guess, fairly similar. They're not, the same. There's differences, a lot of them, but they're fairly similar. So, okay, I walked out with a Pixel 3 XL, I think. But the thing is, the store I went to, which was Verizon store, they accidentally sold me a demo version. So, it was acting buggy. It was like, I had it for like 3 days, and it was just really, really buggy. Like, I had like graphical errors in Pokemon Go. I had apps crashing randomly all the time. And it was just like, this phone is, like there's something wrong with it. So I sent it in, and they're like, no, well, there's nothing wrong with it. They sold you a demo. And they said the demo software doesn't get along well with the full operating system. So it tends to make things go a little haywire, because it's not supposed to be fully functional. So it doesn't fully support everything. And when the full operating system tries to, the demo version says, hey, no, we're only demo, we're supposed to, and blocks it, or tries to. So it sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. So I went in there and I said, okay, well, can I trade it in for, a regular one, a regular Pixel 3 XL? They didn't have any in stock. They only had they only had another demo version in stock. That was the only one. And that was currently on, on display on the floor. So they can't sell me that. So they said, well, this is probably the next most similar phone we have, which is a Galaxy Note 9. So I said, well, okay, I'll get that. So I got that. I got everything on it, got all set up. Great, wonderful, whatever. After having it for a year, I can tell you that phone is dang annoying. The amount of notifications it gets you, and I seriously don't think you can shut them all off. You can't, mute the Galaxy Note 9 and then look at the notifications in your leisure. No. Especially if you have, Facebook Messenger or something, it's gonna be ringing off the hook, essentially, every single day. That gets old quick. I don't care how many ringtones you change between that. I don't care how much you like the ringtone you finally choose. It's going to annoy you. Unless you like listening to your phone ding, ding, ding every 5 seconds. Or every time someone texts you, every time you get a junk email, every time one of your friends posts on Facebook, every time one of your friends comments on a post you are following on Facebook, every time some YouTuber uploads a video, if you have like me, I probably follow 20 YouTubers on Facebook, so that's a lot of videos. I'm part of a raid group, Pokemon Go, a very active raid group with 200 members. There's easily, I can feasibly get over 100 texts in an hour from Messenger alone. I don't care what most of them say. It's my raid group. I'm, at work or doing something else, not going to a raid. So I don't care. My phone is dinging. I can go through, I can mute those apps individually. But there's still going to be some things I do want notifications about. I do want to know, when my friend Keaton texts me. He texts me on Messenger. So I don't shut that off. I don't mute that app permanently usually. Because I like to know if he's texting me, if he needs something, or if, whatever. Important stuff, The only difference is it can't differentiate. Smartphone, for being how smart they are not very smart. They're not smart enough to differentiate between important text and not important text, because literally what is important is going to be different for every single person on the planet. Someone else who's part of my raid group might think all those 100 texts in an hour are important, and they want to read them all. I don't. But, so I suppose that's why, it dings for things. But this flip phone, this is a phone I got when my other one broke. Not from Verizon. I actually, Verizon and Target to me are, less than a block away from each other. So when I got done at Verizon after realizing they weren't going to be able to help me, I just walked over to Target and snooped around their limited prepaid phone section for a while. And eventually I decided upon this thing. It's an Alcatel Cricket phone. I got a Cricket prepaid plan. It doesn't have any data because it's a flip phone. I'm really not going to use it. I'm really not going to use data on this thing anywhere outside of my apartment. I'm not. Really. But I do have unlimited talk and text on. It's $25 a month. And it was $30 for this smartphone. I taped my number on the back, so that's why you see it, but yeah. Don't call me. I will be very weirded out if you do. Unless I know you personally, but if that's the case, you probably already have the number. So anyway, but I love this little thing. This is epic. For one thing, it's got KaiOS on it. I'm just turning it off and on to show you guys something here. If it can't, if the glare isn't too bad, which it probably will be, but I'll explain what's happening the best I can. I like the little cricket turning on thing. It's just, it's like everybody's having a party, just like a commercial. I don't know why I like that for some reason, but just neat. It's got KaiOS. This $30 flip phone is essentially a smartphone in my pocket. And it actually fits in my pocket. That's a big thing for smartphones today. All of them are getting thinner and supposedly smaller. The Note 9 is obviously an exception to that. It's naturally a huge phone. But when I'm editing, the screen size is kind of nice, and I like the stylus with it. At this point, that's one of the limited things I actually like about the Note 9. Is that, and it's relatively, I like it on the Note 9, it's marginally better than I think it would be on, a normal smartphone. But it's not better enough to make another Note phone, you know, it'd be Note 10 or whatever comes next. It's not enough to make me want to get that. But this little thing, right here, my home screen, I can access the internet. It's slow, and it's, you know, relatively painful. You do have to use these little, you can see the OK there. There's a little, like, ridge around it, and that's your cursor. So, like, you push, like, I'm trying to show you here. I'm not very good at using the webcam. Sorry. So, like, this is down. Like, right there where my thumb is. Like, you can't really see. It's, sorry, weird angle, but that's down. That's the down button. Over here, push to go left and right. Up. Yeah. That's tiny. They're hard to hit. That's one of the only things I don't like about this phone. The camera's not great. But I have an actual physical camera. I don't physically need a smartphone camera except for recording videos, and occasionally to take a picture I can use as a home screen or something. That's about it. I actually love my camera. I have a Canon ELPH. A Canon digital ELPH from like 2009, 2010-ish. I bought it like the year, it was like a year or two before I graduated. I think it was a year before I graduated. I bought it because I was in yearbook and I needed a camera for that. A decent camera. It's not a $20 camera. It was like $150 when I bought it. That's a hell of a lot cheaper than a smartphone. And I can take equally good pictures on that camera. Like, my almost 10-year-old camera, digital camera, gives any modern day smartphone camera a good run for its money. It seriously does. Like, it holds up. And, you know, so I don't need or really want a phone with that excellent picture. Sure, it's nice if I forget my camera. You know, and that family, then, oops, I forgot the camera. That's nice. But that's all it is nice. It's not, like, necessary. This phone, the camera's not anything special. It's probably not even 12 megapixels. I'm not sure what it is, actually. I didn't care when I bought it. It was a phone I could call. That's what I really need. But just the fact, like, I'm stunned. You can get a YouTube app on this phone. It plays YouTube videos actually quite well. I've watched them on here. It's a tiny screen. Like, tiny. But it's a nice screen. It's a nice experience watching YouTube. And the Note 9, like, seriously, it's one of those phones that, like, I don't think it's hard to get addicted to. Like, the more you play with it, the more you want to play with it. And it's not even, like, something you're consciously doing. It's like, oh my god, I want to get off this phone. I hate this phone. Blah, blah, blah. But then you still find yourself on it 2 hours later because you got wrapped up in YouTube or whatever you were doing. And now you're like, crap, I don't have time for laundry, or, you know, whatever it is we're gonna do. This phone is like, you watch it, watch the videos you want to watch, and I have less of an issue putting it down. A lot of people are gonna look at that and say that's a bad thing. That's, you know, a sign you don't like your phone. That's a sign that it's not good enough in some way. And I say to that, no, it's not a sign of that. Not at all. It's a sign that a lot of people rely on smartphones more than they really should. Me, myself included. And it's a sign that little flip phones like this are a hell of a lot better than people think. At least in first world countries. KaiOS, if you look at excuse me. KaiOS, if you Google it, you'll come up with two things. A boatload of YouTube videos on KaiOS, number one, and number two, the website. A KaiOS website that tells you what it is. It's an operating system meant to turn flip phones and other feature budget phones into a smartphone. It's not meant for, necessarily people like me in the United States that possibly could afford a smartphone. But it's for, a lot of people in other countries. Maybe they don't have internet access. They can get data on a flip phone and access the internet and YouTube and all that reasonably well for a decent price. I think in my example, the most expensive Cricket plan I looked at was unlimited talk, text, and data, and it was, I want to say it was like $70 a month for the plan, and that's going to be really expensive for someone in a third world country, but at the same time, it's a lot cheaper than going with, say, Verizon and having to pay, possibly hundreds of dollars for the same thing. And then when you can get a little phone like this phone cost me $30. My Galaxy Note 9 here is $1,000 phone. How many people in third world countries are going to afford this at $1,000 US American dollars? Not many. A $30 phone is much more reasonable to them. Is it still going to be hard to pull off? Yes. Are a lot of people in third world countries probably going to get this? No. But at the same time, it's it's wonderful. This is going to be my main daily driver, unless I'm specifically intending on playing Pokemon that day, sometime before I go home, from work or wherever it is. This is the phone I'm going to bring. It's not going to go off 20 times sitting in my locker. It's not going to give my fellow employees that work in the back a headache. It's not, because it's not going off enough. Unless someone calls me, this thing pretty much stays quiet. You don't know it's there unless you look at it and see it. I like that. I miss that. I really actually miss that. And unfortunately, it took me breaking my last Note 9 to realize it. This Note 9, the majority of my notifications are set on vibrate because of that. I text people on this phone. It alerts me of texts, but it doesn't alert me of 200 texts an hour or a day. It's, whenever the people I really want to get a hold of text me, not, my raid group. I don't care. I love my raid group, they're great, but I don't have an interest in reading 100 plus texts in an hour, or even a day. It's so I don't need that. So I like this because it stays quiet, and it's, after having a smartphone, it is bliss. It is bliss, I tell you. And I don't think you can really know the magic of it, really, unless you try it. So definitely, like, if you're thinking about getting a new phone, look at budget phones. Look at little feature and flip phones. Even if, you spend your life on YouTube like I do, it seems like. Think about getting this guy. Think about getting a flip phone with KaiOS. And it's true right now, it's kind of luck of the draw if you actually get one that has KaiOS. Because it's not really advertised, like on the box, you can't like go, some of them may have it listed, but it's like, you can't really go to the store and look like, okay, this one has KaiOS, so I want it, but this one, the better price, but it doesn't have it, so it's, out of the running, whatever, but don't discount these phones anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. If you're gonna get a new phone, give budget smartphones, give budget phones in general, not even smartphones. Give flip phones, give any sort of budget phone at Target or Walmart. Give it a chance. See what you think. They've actually, like, I'm impressed. They're actually, like, this one at least. This is a Alcatel flip phone. That's who it's made by, Alcatel. It says, if I can find my webcam here. It says on the bottom of the screen, it's kind of hard to see, but it says Alcatel. I am in love with this phone. I guess it's hard to describe, but it's like peace with a phone. A phone that doesn't demand my constant attention. A phone that doesn't care if I leave it alone in sleep mode for a week and a half and, and don't pick it up. It doesn't care. My Galaxy Note 9 is going to be, like I said, I have the notifications set to vibrate, so it's going to be shaking my table all the heck. Big whoop, but, but that's why it's on vibrate, because vibrate, unless it's really quiet, it's generally hard to hear unless it's like, maybe you're like 2 inches away from the phone or something, then you could hear it vibrate maybe, but, or like, like next to it somehow, it's an arm's length. And in truth, most people have their phones an arm's length at all times nowadays anyways. But I think that's almost an issue. Like, I think as Americans at least, a lot of us, maybe not all of us, but a lot of people, annoyingly, are addicted to their smartphone. If you're watching this on a smartphone, I mean, maybe if you're on it for like 2 hours a day, you're probably okay, but if you have your phone in arm's length at all times, like, just think. Even when I was little, I was born in 93. I didn't get my first smartphone until 2012. Before that, the main phone I used was a landline. The first phone I got was a flip phone, and it was a track phone, but it was a flip phone. And I got that, I want to say, in like 2009. The one I grew up going on 4-hour road trips. We didn't have a phone. We would go, a day, maybe longer. Especially if, if we're on vacation for 2 weeks. You can't get a hold of me for 2 weeks. It's literally impossible unless you find out the address of, whatever relative I'm visiting and mail them a letter. And then by some miracle it gets there while I'm staying there. As many bad points as that has, it's nice. It's nice to get away from technology. And that's what I think a flip phone serves. It's a safety feature. If something happens while you're on your trip, something bad, you have a medical emergency, or your car breaks down and you're 200 miles from a gas station for, whatever reason. You can call for help. You can make a phone call. And that's the safety of it. They have in-car services. You push a button or whatever and it can do that for you. That's great. But so can this. So can this. I mean, unless maybe like you're in a serious car crash and you're unconscious or something, but then, if you're somewhat conscious, it's probably going to be easier to push a button on your, wherever it might be in your car, than it will be to try to figure out how to call on this thing in your somewhat conscious, confused state. But it's still, I think it would still count as a safety feature in my book. You can still, if it's your first road trip, you can still phone home and, let mom know you hit a deer or whatever. It's still nice. And it's not gonna let you know when your friend's buddy on Facebook commented on something he said. It doesn't care. It doesn't send you notifications from apps like that. Like, you can access Facebook on this phone. I do it all the time. Okay, well, not all the time, but I've done it. And it's honestly not that hard. Like, it's loading up Facebook right now. Took me maybe 5 seconds. Maybe. Oh. Has to do it again now. Because it doesn't have... The apps don't go to sleep when you exit that. When you open a new app, the previous app doesn't go to sleep. It shuts, it closes, it's done. Until you open it again. And that's great. That's actually another really nice thing. And look, Facebook is in my top sites, so the first time, you're probably going to type it in when you access your browser, because on mine, I don't have data on this phone, so I don't have the YouTube app, I don't have Facebook, but I do have a browser. So I can still access those sites easily. And look, it's a one-button push. One button. Just push OK. And that's Facebook. It's like, okay, yeah, I have to use this little thing to scroll like that. I will take that. For the peace, I will take that. And having to do that 20 times, a number of times to see posts that I want to see is nice. It's actually nice. And yeah. I can see posts from people I don't know, I just like it. On a smartphone, I can access Facebook too. But if this thing can do it, why do I need a $1,000 phone to do it? I don't. I guess, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm trying to say I really KaiOS. I like the simplicity of this. Dumb phones are really smart nowadays. And comparatively, smartphones really aren't that much smarter. You know, I've always had this thing, smartphones are dumb. And for smartphones are dumb, dumb phones are dumb, phones are just dumb. And now it's a little more, smartphones are still dumb. Flip phones are not exactly smart either, but they're less dumb. Flip phones are reasonable now. Even in today's technology-driven world, this thing is a contender, I swear. If people gave it a chance, it'd be a contender. Yes, it has very limited hardware, and yes, the battery life comparatively sucks on it. It's what you're going to get from a normal smartphone battery versus what you could have gotten from, say, my old flip phone that didn't have KaiOS. I could make calls every day and I could probably access Facebook on that thing too, actually, if I really wanted to. YouTube, probably not. I don't think it had any support for playing actual videos. But I could probably access Facebook. That phone could last me a week on a single charge. This thing, and any smartphone I've ever come across, a day, maybe a little more. If I leave this thing in sleep mode like it is now, it'll give me a week. That's the only time it'll give me a week. So even this thing, like, it's my daily driver, but I'm not using it nearly as much as I was using my Note 9. So I would say a typical usage for me from like 100 to 0 would probably be 2 days. That's really awesome. That's nice. Yeah, the cable is crap. I don't actually like the cable much, but it's nice to get 2 days without having to charge it. You know, and I'm still one of those people, I charge my smartphone at night. You're not supposed to do that in Galaxy Note 9. But if I don't have another chance. A lot of times, like, people know me, I'm rarely ever home. I'm just not. Even on my days off, I'm going to the grocery store, I'm doing, you know, those are my days, I'm doing my shopping, I'm running around. And I prefer to walk, so those things can take me much longer because I have to, or I prefer to walk there. And I don't drive, and even I don't drive, so even if I didn't walk there, I'd still have to take the bus. And it'd probably be faster if I did take the bus sometimes. But like, I'm going to the bank. It could take me 5 minutes in the bank. It could take me 20. If the bus isn't on demand, I'm going to have to sit there and wait. So, I walk. I don't have to wait. This is nice for that. I'm not, unless like I said, now I have to actually think about, am I going to play Pokemon Go before I leave? Is it worth it? And a lot of times, quite frankly, the answer's been no. I started going on walks in the first place when I was a teenager because of nature. I love nature. And I live in downtown, so I don't get much of that anymore, even if I don't stick my nose in my phone all the time. But it's much more relaxing to not walk with Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go got me back into walking after not walking for maybe, I don't know how long it was, a couple years anyway. Pokemon Go got me back into that. That's great. I love them for that, but I'm not tempted to play every time I go for a 5-minute walk. I'm not tempted, you know, I live 2 blocks from where I work. I've had a policy, I'm never going to play before work. You know, I'm never going to play, well, I'm not going to play on my way to work. I was tempted to play on the way home, and then you know, when I had my smartphone, I'd get home, and I realized I didn't play, even though there's 3 Pokestops in a gym I could have hit on the way. And I would get kind of mad about that, and now it's like, I had my flip phone. It's like I magically don't even care anymore. You know, because it's like, well, I have a smartphone now. I can, you know, if I really, really want to go out and hit those, I can come home, rest a while, grab my smartphone, and go out again. You know, and I live in a bad neighborhood, but I love it. I love Pokemon Go. I'm not going to give it up just because I like this flip phone. Like, I'm still going to keep a phone that is capable of playing it and is capable of recording its own screen because I like it. I like recording for you guys. I don't get videos up all that much, but that's mostly because I hate the editing. I actually love what I'm doing when I record. I love it. That's why my videos tend to be long. Like, this one's already 46 minutes, but... And I'm missing Konami because it's 10:33 at night, and I really want to watch it, but... So I'm gonna make this short-ish. But, don't discount a non-smartphone anymore. If you guys are looking for a new phone, you might be shocked at what you actually like. You know, if someone's telling you you don't need that, listen to them. They might actually be right. And you're not gonna think so. Not when you're doing it. I certainly didn't. I thought, like, okay, this is gonna be a phone I'm gonna keep for a week or a month, and it gets put on Facebook or something after that for sale. But I thought about it after I got this phone. I was like, you know what? I wanted a phone that I could leave home anyways. And now, you know, I am going to switch off between carrying phones, but now I can always have one at home. In case I lose my smartphone or I lose this phone, I can use the other one to call and find out where the heck it is. It's a bad neighborhood, so there's a decent chance it's probably, you know, if I leave my smartphone somewhere, it's probably stolen. I've had that happen a few times already, but at the same time, it's still nice to actually, you know, even if I lose my phone in my apartment, I forget where I stuck it, I can call now. I don't have to go down and beg one of my neighbors to use their phone to help me find mine. And that's oddly freeing. This thing is freedom. This little phone is freedom. From a smartphone I didn't realize was my own trap. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. I hope it made you think. And I hope if you are looking for a new phone, that you won't discount something like this. You won't discount this little guy. Maybe you'll get off, you know, maybe now you'll consider a prepaid. They tend to have budget phones more. Something to think about, guys. Anyway, before I leave you, I do have a Turtwig Day video. I recorded that before my phone broke, but I did manage to back it up on an external hard drive, so I still have the raw footage. It's, you know, spoiler alert, I don't think the video is going to be great. Nothing really happened. Turtwig Day. Turtwig Day was a letdown. It was like Torchic Day. But I can't control that, so if you guys want to see it, I can still put it up. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see a Turtwig video. I didn't get any shinies. Just, oh, spoiler, no shinies. That was the main thing on Turtwig Day. I have so many Torterra. Okay, well I don't know, they transferred most of them. So I have like 3 now, but I probably, if I look at my Pokedex, I've had like 10 caught Torterra or some darn thing, and it's like, I don't need that many. So, and Frenzy Plant is such overused in Community Day now with grass types. Like every grass type Pokemon in the Community Day gets Frenzy move. That's a special move. It's just not special anymore. Frenzy Plant really isn't even that good in Pokemon Go. Like, it's not. Frenzy Plant in the games is practically a one-hit KO in some games. In Pokemon Go, it barely does anything to me, you know. So I'm just, the next grass type, Niantic, if you watch this, next grass type, the next Community Day you have featuring a grass type Pokemon, come up with something other than Frenzy Plant. At this point, I don't even care what. Just some move it can use other than Frenzy Plant. Maybe it's a move that only that Pokemon can learn, you know, in the game. So there are Pokemon with limited, you know, there are moves out there that can only be learned by one Pokemon. One species of Pokemon can learn that. You know, if you take Gen 7's, you know, move Darkest Lariat, the only Pokemon that can learn that is the Gen 7 Final Evolution starter Incineroar. Oddly, is one of my favorite starters. Disclaimer, I love Litten. He's cute, and I love dark types. And I love cats. Litten is all of those. And Incineroar is all of those. And Incineroar is a powerhouse, really, in Gen 7. And I can't wait until Gen 7 comes to Pokemon Go. I will get so many Incineroar. And I will not even care because I like Incineroar that much. As long as at least a couple of them can learn Darkest Lariat. Because right now that is Incineroar's special move. That the Darkest Lariat, Incineroar is the only move that can... Incineroar is the only Pokemon that can learn Darkest Lariat. And if you want its Z-Power to move in the core games, or to work in the core games, if you want the Insinium Z to work in the core games, you need to have an Incineroar that knows Darkest Lariat. And even if you don't use it as a Z move, it's still a killer move. It's a dark move, but it's a physical attack, and it does a lot of damage. Okay, maybe less so in meta, but I like it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see Turtwig Day, I had to think for a second. If you guys want to see Turtwig Day, let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, I will probably, let's see. The next Community Day is a week from today, so otherwise, if you don't want to see Turtwig Day, it's probably the next video you're going to see is the next Community Day. And I can't record that for another week. So this is going to be it for a while. If you guys want to see more videos like this where I'm just calmly debating tech or whatever random thing, let me know that too. Because I can easily do videos like this. Just maybe if I can, I'll try and do them on my smartphone and not. I'm sorry, I hate this overshotness. but my smartphone has much better video rendering, I'll give it that much, than my laptop does, at least for recording. So, but otherwise I don't really care. If you want to see me, what the hell, I make things. I can make a tie blank if you want to see that in the video. I don't care. But so if you want to see Turtwig Day, let me know. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know. Or I don't really care. But anyway, I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a like. Consider subscribing. I don't upload videos much, so your phone's not me digging every day because I uploaded a video every day. My last one was like 2 months. I think there's spaces of 2 months between some of my videos, so it's not all that often. It's certainly not regularly. So if you like that, subscribe, give this video a like, let me know what you want to see in the comments, or I'm just going to keep doing the same thing I have been doing. Anyway, bye. That didn't work.